Well, being as how I didn't do out yesterday, but I ride about, and well, I did a quick bit of tidying up here again. Look, I'll just move them out of the way for now, but at least I'm not padding through the house again. Anyway, just thought today someone asked me for a ring, and I don't know if you remember, I got this ring sizer. I bought that. It's only a cheap one. Got another one coming. And so I was going to do it. Well, I had a plumbing problem. I thought I'd be able to press it in, which I did, and size them and go from that size, right there, go from that size to that size and so on. But trouble is, when you press them in, they're so damn tight. To get it out, I was struggling. I thought, well, I need some sort of press device, don't I? So I had a look round just to see what I had, and I found that handle with that's a big chunky bit of steel, and I found a spanner that it went in the end. And anyway, looking through the rest of my junk in there, I found this, an old car jack. And I can't remember if someone gave me it or I saved it out of one of my fill pans, I think. I can't remember. But anyway, I've been having a quick look at it, and I think it might just do it because it's hinged there, you see. And it doesn't need to be that strong, obviously, but it needs strong enough, and I've got to have a way of holding it, obviously, which may not be today. So I thought, well, being as how I didn't really do out yesterday, I better make a little bit of an effort. So all I've got to do, I think, and it's all still in the air, this, it's definitely ongoing. You see, I found that hinge, nice big hinge, and I thought, well, if I hinge two pieces, you know, well, I'll use that bit. If I do something like that, it hasn't got to move very much, you see, has it? And make a slot in the end for that to go in. That's basically what we're doing. So, as I say, I've had a look at this. It may work as it is, but no, it's too much. But it's got that there, look, what screws in. So if I just cut that off, cut that piece off, and there's a hole in there. So if I just cut that piece off and that end flat, basically, and cut this end off, just there, there's a hole there, so, you know, I may be able to cut these off so I can, when I want to use it, I can just clamp it onto the bench, because it doesn't, you know, it's not going to be used immensely, but it needs to be, you know, we don't want a lot of classing about, do we? And so, I'm going to have a go at that. Anyway, so the first job is to cut this up. So, as it might be a longish video, because I want to show you it when it's working at the end, I'll just nip outside and do that now. Whew. Well, I've got that cut up, look. So, before we do any more, not that too long, I can now show you what the general plan is, can't I? Right, that's still stiff. I've cut a slot in there, if you can see that. And what the idea is that middle, let me, oh dear, what do I do here? One-handed again. Right, that of course goes through there, like that. And it needs pressing out that end. So what we're doing is just making a little press, you see. And the idea is that will then come down and press that out. I might have to, I've had a bit of a job because well, I've got a newish grinding disc, but it's not back quite far enough yet, but we can take care of that anyway. As I say, I won't be finishing this today. I can guarantee you that, because what I'm thinking of doing is, or I might do, I don't know, to make it easy, I've got that piece that the jack held on, which goes in there, so all I've got to do is drill a hole through there and through the bottom and put a nut and bolt in. And then I'm not getting the welder out today for definite, so I may have to do a little bit of welding on here yet, I don't know. Anyway, I think we ought to just see if this will work or not. Right, let me just stop you a second, I'll find somewhere to stick this. Right, let's just assume that I'm making a ring. You see, I tried it in the vise for a bit. I've got to chuck the vise up to do it this time, but I don't want to be winding the vise open. I mean, there's no point, is there? If I've got to wind the vise open like this to press it a bit and then shut it all to get this out, well, there's not much point, is there? And so, you know, it's been a little bit of a... So that's up to the top, just to show you how it might work. That's all. But this time we are going to put it in the vise. And what the plan is eventually, as I say, is get that piece there, which is made to fit of course, and put a nut and bolt through, and then secure it onto the bench, just overhanging slightly, say about there. Well, if you can, yeah, you can just about see that. And you know, and then I can just clamp it or screw it onto. It's got to be easy to use and quick, hasn't it? Otherwise there's no point. So this is just a test to see if we're somewhere in the ballpark, right? Just to see if it stands a chance of working, and I think it should. And if you look at that, it has. Right, so I think that it's worth continuing, and it's worth pursuing. That's all I'm saying. Right. So, just a short one, but it's definitely worth pursuing, isn't it? So I'll go out and you want me around there a bit, I think, for the light, don't you? I don't know. Try and hold it here and there, so you can see what I'm after anyway. Just a sort of dedicated press. And as I say, I've got this little piece there which goes in here, so if I just drill a hole through there and through the bottom as well, and then put a bolt in there, or I may have to weld the nut on at some point, but I'm not doing that today. As I said, I'm not getting the welder out today, and that might, if I get a lot of pressure on, that bit there might bend, so I might eventually have to put a plate in there or something like that. But you know, I think you've seen enough to get the general idea, haven't you? So we'll get on and do a bit more, get some holes drilled in and find a bolt and get it cleaned up a bit and organise something for clamping it on, because it's, like I said, it's got to be easy to use. You know, when I'm doing, if I want to make a ring, the whole idea of buying that was to make a better job. But what I didn't realise is how difficult it is to get that punch out, and you have to go up in steps, you see, so you have to do it several times. So it was sort of defeating the object of the exercise. As I said, I've got another one coming, which, you know, I don't mind if I ruin them a bit. It's only, what is it, £7 I think this was, that's all. You know, so we're not spending the... You can buy a proper hydraulic one for, is it 250 or something, you know, but we don't do that, do we? Well, we've made a bit of progress, look. I've drilled a hole through there and just put the flat disc around these sharp edges. Need a little bit more, just to file around them. And that's pressed in. I've got a bolt through here that obviously I'm going to have to hold it'll have to be welded. I'll have to weld the head up, so I'll have to just get some pliers or something just to hold that for today. And the other thing, by the way, when that's on a ring, I can nearly push that out in my hand at the minute, but when it's on a ring you can't. See? And that'll push the punch out. So I've clamped it to the end of the vise here, of the bench here, so it's out the way. And you see that, as I say, and also that goes inside. I don't know if you can see how much. Whatever, take it out. It needs I don't know if you can see that much there, about half that knurl bit, right? It needs a pin putting on the end there, about half that knurl bit, and because when you've got a ring on there, it's very tight, right? And to get it out, you know, it's loose there. So yeah, half that knurl. So it just wants a pin put in on the end. There is a hole there, so it's got to be dead easy. So like I say, when I get the welder done, you know. So there we are. I'll just show you quickly, and that'll do. I'm quite pleased with that, because as I say, I wasn't going to do a lot more of this ring making, but Jonathan's made the jig, hasn't he, which you've seen for drilling the holes there. And I've got a drill little, so we can drill the hole centre. And I was struggling with my punches a bit, as you know, without spending lots of money. So the only thing really left, I can make them now fairly well, I think. A lot better and a lot squarer than when I was rounding them with that anyway. You have to still start them on there, you know, which means turning that round and knocking that out through there, but you know, at least it should make life a bit easier, and we haven't spent a fortune, and I've spent nothing on this so far. So there we go. I told you I'd find something to show you. Yeah, it won't be for a day or two, I don't think, but we'll see. It all depends if something crops up on the news feed, doesn't it, tomorrow, and says, oh, there's a day out, you know, because it's not the nicest weather, but you never know. Right, have fun.